Yes, gender hurts, it's harmful to girls. Gender hurts, it's painful for the women of the world. The tyranny of male rule is worse than absurd. Gender hurts, it's harmful. But how will we find our way out of this? What is the antidote for the patriarchal kiss? How will we find what needs to be shown? And then after that, where is home? Tell me, where is my home?
The Women's Human Rights Campaign USA.
Tell me a little bit about really what brings you out here to the DNC today and kind of the message you want to send.
We have a message for the Biden administration. If he becomes president, we want him to make significant changes to the Equality Act as currently written, because right now the way that it's written, it erases womanhood and props up this concept called gender identity that negates sex differences. And we believe that there's male and there's female, and females have been oppressed by males and are victims of male violence and have been for years and years. And so if you get rid of that sex distinction in the law in favor of this concept called gender identity, which is basically how you feel and you identify, which is not something that you can do physically. Your sex is your sex. It's just a biological fact.
Sure. Talk to me a little bit about, obviously this DNC does look different than the kinds of crowds that were initially expected given the virtual nature. Do you still think it's important to come out and get your message out even if the physical crowds here are different?
Absolutely. I think I'm standing with some of the bravest women in the United States right now, because there were so many roadblocks put in place to keep us from coming out and expressing our First Amendment rights at the DNC, as usually happens every year in any normal DNC or RNC year. But these women that I'm standing with are so fearless. We knew that with the COVID-19 pandemic, we could come out and wear masks and do the social distancing, being outside, and that we could take the streets. And we knew that our adversaries would probably just be staying home and glued to the internet, watching everything online. But we want to make real changes in real life, so we were willing to come out even though some people were really scared to.
Sure. Looking at this likely nominee with Biden and Harris, do you feel that that team is looking enough at the issues affecting women, or do you feel there are more important issues that they need to look at as they move forward?
They are absolutely not listening to us, and they need to start listening to us. It is not entirely their fault. The entire corporate media has been censoring us. Leftist media has been censoring us. The New York Times has a gender editor that makes sure that our message does not get into the New York Times. Or if it does, it's going to be corrected. Wrong speak. And it really is that Orwellian. To say woman is an adult human female, which is the dictionary definition of the word woman, to say that that is hate speech is
gaslighting.
Absolutely ludicrous.
Narcissism.
And our message needs to get out there, and they need to start listening. And unfortunately, the media has just not been covering this. So this is a huge opportunity for us today. We really appreciate that you're covering us, because there's been a media blackout. Women have lost their jobs. They've been pushed out of employment. Mm-hmm. Women have been slandered. Our reputations have been turned to dust because our voices are being silenced. Our perspective is not allowed.
Sure.
The media is as complicit with this as anything else in the world. No woman has ever faced discrimination because of her gender. We face discrimination, we are beaten, we are raped, and we are killed because of our sex. Right. I get very angry when I hear somebody in the media saying, oh, we're going to have talk about gender discrimination. We're going to have a gender reveal. No child is born with a gender, they're born with a sex. And I wish the media would stop conflating the word gender with sex as it refers to biology.
Amen. Democrats lie about XX and XY. Joe Biden, trans women are guys. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. Biology is not bigotry. It's simply just a fact. Speak the truth. It's not a hate crime. Women fight back. Women fight back. Women fight back. The Equality Act is a sham. No woman is a man. Why must we be with guys in the can? Stop the lies. Stop the lies. Stop the lies. Women are human. We're not to be erased. In prison, sports, and shelters. Stop take on woman face. Stop putting on woman face. You say equality, but it's just an act. The new misogyny, so we fight back. Women fight back. Women fight back. Nothing but the new misogyny, and it's nothing really new. Nothing but the new misogyny, and it's nothing really new. Nothing but the new misogyny, and it's nothing really new. Stop the lies! Stop the lies! Stop the lies! Stop! Men in women's spaces got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Men in women's spaces got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Men in women's spaces got to go. Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Men.
When my kids and my grandkids ask me, where were you in the gender wars? I want to say I did everything I could.
There was violation, like capitalist nation, and there were girls, oh, there are girls like me.
Womenly.
There were girls, oh, there were girls, like me. Talking English, opening, offering, talking
Yeah, She-Ra!
Nice job.
Why don't we have hundreds of women on the streets
That's
like they
what I've
do in
been
Mexico?
asking.
Why?
Or like we did here 50 years ago.
Exactly. Say that again.
We've been lulled into complacency by, I think, the media climate more than anything.
They got shelter, they got enough to eat, there's plenty
It's like a
food,
drug. Like
there's education here.
Activism in
Who cares if I only
make
make 73 cents to a man's
with our
dollar?
Okay, so then there is something to this argument that America is soulless.
Got shoes, got clothes.
You know, that
It is.
It's
It
like-
is. I mean, it's governing
Thought it
ideology.
was me.
I am proud to be in Milwaukee at the DNC and holding the space, taking the river. We're taking the river right now, you know, like
We took the streets, now we're taking the
took
river.
the streets, now we're taking the river.
The political conventions land in the USA, in Boston and New York, not too far away. So we unfurl our banners, we round up our troops, say, sirs, we do not buy it, not all of us are duped, cause the Dems are Republicans, it's all the same to us, war makers or haters, none of them we trust. So I put my sun hat on, grab my walking shoes, kiss my mall job goodbye, say goodbye to the blues. No leader at our center, organic to the core. We walk the miles together, not afraid to be more than with water and sky, and we'll shut down their wars, speak the truth to their lives, open up their gates of power and might, and take them by surprise. These crazy war makers, they have a grand machine, they call it TV, we all worship a screen. So maybe some of us could throw eggs filled with blood at our almighty ruler, as he takes his torch with a shrug, and no